Hey, how's it going, everybody? Charlie Wilson here, aka Sinister Charlie. Welcome back. Hi. How you guys doing? Good. Okay. Okay, great. Yeah, we got some more fat electrician as usual. This is EOD. Um, I've ran into the EOD a couple of times. Go ahead and link it. I'll just start out with a story first. I was on a convoy. I was in the CVs, and in Iraq, I was assigned to a convoy security team. I was a gunner in the second vehicle of a six vehicle convoy team. Originally, I was in the third vehicle. Then they moved me up to the second vehicle, which was the navigation vehicle. I don't know why they did that. Anyway, it was a bigger vehicle, bigger JERV, so MRAP, I guess you'd call it. But anyway, yeah, I think we called EOD twice in the 7 months I was in Iraq. The first time we thought we saw like a tube, some it looked like kind of like a tube, like it was an IED. Was what we thought. We were wrong, but we called EOD, and this isn't a knock on the EOD, by the way, but it took them a good like 8 hours to get out there, and we did night missions, so by the time they got there, the sun was just coming up, and they looked at it, and it took them about an hour or so, and they were like, "Nah, it's not. It's nothing." So we were really hesitant to call EOD at that point because it kept messing with our missions, and we decided not to be so antsy about it. I think this is probably our second month in, so by like the fourth month, you're just like, oh, I wish something would blow up. And you see a lot of IEDs go off anyway. We saw a really bad one. I'm not going to go into that. Might be it. I think I've talked about it before, but yeah, I could talk more in depth if you guys are into that sort of thing. It was in our army convoy in front of us that got hit, and it was pretty bad. So we'll leave that for another day. Yeah, the second time, same thing. It takes them a while to get out there. They're very busy. I don't know if you know this. EOD is very busy in Iraq. Who would have thought? But in Iraq, I was there 2007 to 2008, and it was, I think it's a couple of pot shots got taken at us. It's nothing personal. It's kind of their job. It's kind of our job too. But yeah. Not really. There wasn't a whole lot of gunfire going on. I never shot my gun once while I was in Iraq. I mean, for obviously practice and stuff, but that's pretty much it for range and all that. But yeah, it's a very demanding job. It's a very busy job, especially in Iraq. Iraq was a lot of IEDs, and from what I never went to Afghanistan, but from what I understand about Afghanistan, a lot of more firefights as opposed to IEDs. That's the way it was explained to me. So anyway, let's get into it. I just wanted to get that out of the way in case you were wondering what my interaction with the EOD was. Let's go in to see what the fats has to say.
Buckle up, we're talking about EOD. This video is brought to you by an anonymous sponsor. He's an EOD technician. He had his life saved by a VRC-40 and its crew and wanted to say thank you. If you don't know what EOD is, it stands for Explosive Ordnance Disposal. These are the guys from the movie The Hurt Locker. If you don't know what that is...
Which, by the way, The Hurt Locker is very inaccurate. There are a lot of flaws in that movie. Good movie. It's a fun movie. I still recommend watching it, but I saw it twice in theaters when it came out because I went with different people, and I was laughing the whole time. Nobody else was laughing. I thought it was funny.
They defuse bombs. Now, I realize I said that most people in the military are crazy. But this is a whole other flavor of crazy altogether. You have to realize these men and women only get one bad day at work, and they do not fuck around. When these men and women show
they don't
up on
fruit
site,
around
like
people.
A little boy helping his dad in the garage. It's your job to hold the flashlight and shut the fuck up. An EOD technician that is actively defusing a bomb. One of the only other situations in the military I can think of that qualifies as what I would call medic level protection. One guy's watching the EOD tech. Everyone else has their back to him with their guns pointed outward. They do not like even having people within eye shot of the EOD technician while he's working. For several reasons. They do not want anybody watching so that they can remote detonate that explosive device. They also also do not want anybody recording so they can learn how EOD technicians defuse bombs. If there's a car driving towards the EOD technician while he's working, the 50 cal gunner will cut that car in half. No one is getting to that guy. Anybody that tries is probably just going to end up being a giant earthworm playground. But all this is only for the big bombs, the unconventional stuff that doesn't happen day to day. See, what you probably don't realize is that the majority of the time, the best way to get rid of an explosive device is to blow it the fuck up.
Thank you.
They do that a lot. Their favorite way to do it is...
when we were in Iraq, they'd tell you, they'd have like, I can't remember what it's called, but it's like a base wide. They tell you, hey, EOD has collected all of this ordnance, and I forget what they call it, ordnance disposal, I guess is what it is. But they let you know, hey, they're going to blow up all this stuff all at once. So everybody watches, basically. It's awesome. Yeah, so that's how that goes.
Just have everybody back up and shoot it with a 12-gauge shotgun. I'm not kidding. But sometimes we can turn it into a cool game. See, to make this video, I interviewed several EOD technicians. One of the questions I asked was, what was the funnest and or most unconventional way that you've ever detonated an IED? And those answers included, we would get in a tank and then use the tank to push a random car over the bomb and blow it up.
Awesome.
We would get in a helicopter and duct tape a road flare to a propane tank and drop it near the bomb and then shoot at the propane tank. Sometimes they would just have the tank gunner shoot it. I'll give you another example. Danger putty is edible, but it gives you the shits. It's also most commonly detonated using electricity. So when there's a new guy in the EOD club, we'd convince him that it was a rite of passage to eat a certain amount of angry Play-Doh.
Really?
Then they would tell him not to get shocked or it may detonate. At which point they would all pull out tasers and chase him until he shit his pants. Because that's the type of morbid sense of humor you develop when it's your job to defuse bombs for a living. But it is because of that morbid sense of humor that they have an enormous set of testicles and or ovaries. You see, this bomb suit right here is just for show. Usually the ordnance they are dealing with is so massive that they would be disintegrated whether they wore that thing or not. It's for that reason it's oftentimes just left in the truck.
Yeah, and generally I guess it would be just good for shrapnel and stuff. It's fun to look at. It's fun. It looks fun to wear. Or not, I don't know.
I figure if it's their time to go, they might as well do it not hot and sweaty. Now, when I think about EOD, I think about Doc. While Doc may be willing to run through gunfire to save you, EOD is willing to roll the dice on getting dematerialized. And it's because of that willingness to sacrifice...
I'm sorry, I did not full screen that the entire time. I hope that that wasn't uncomfortable for anybody. Sorry.
Sacrifice themselves to save the grunts. The grunts will protect them at all costs. In conclusion, whether their shoulder says EOD or the grunts call them DOC, just leave them alone, because if they're not going home, neither are you.
Word. Video is dedicated to the life and memory of Robert Landers, a fan that unfortunately was unable to see me about. Oh, okay. Talk about his MOS. Okay. Oh, that sucks. Well, it's sad. Yeah, there you go. Sorry about that. Kind of made me sad. All right. There you go. Isakogu. Yeah, EOD. I don't know. Those guys are crazy. But yeah, that was kind of a short one. Thank you all for watching. I really appreciate it. Sorry about the full screen thing. I totally forgot. I was kind of lost in it. Hope that didn't ruin it for anybody. But yeah, thank you very much for watching. Please like and subscribe down below. If you got any suggestions, doesn't have to be Fat Electrician, because pretty much every video of Fat Electrician has been suggested at this point. I will get to most of them, if not all of them. But yeah, fun stuff. So if you got any other like military related stuff like that you think I might like, yeah, I'm more than willing to watch it. So yeah, or if maybe you want to hear military stories, me talk about messed up stuff that happened in Iraq, or maybe stuff that even happened in Europe. Greece was fun. Anyway, thank you all for watching. And yeah, bye.